Hey guys, JH, welcome to Practice Tee. Okay, so just something, a couple of guys I was helping out the other day with their swing. They just weren't generating any club head speed, and the swing was very, very stiff and convoluted. And all I did, guys, was show them a way of hanging onto the golf club and getting maximum swing effect out of the golf club. Now, it was a very, very simple thing, and it wasn't something that I came up with myself. Somebody showed it to me, 25 years ago, maybe longer. And this guy used to actually swing the club with incredible ease and fluidity. And it always just looked like this type of swing. And he had tremendous power. And what he did, guys, was he held the club right at the end. I mean, right at the end, almost like the little finger is actually overlapping almost the butt end of the grip. And the hands were really soft and they were very close together. He used to put them up really close together. And what he said to me he tried to do was this. He used to feel like he was going to rest the golf club on his shoulder there like that. Now, by thinking that induced into the golf swing a freedom in his arms and his wrists and his hands, in that they had to work out how you would actually get the club to do that. It was a very narrow, vertical type golf swing, almost as if he got the club here and then he just started down doing that. Just here, and then just pull the body through. Now, when we look at Bobby Jones, and if you could see some film of Bobby Jones, or even some pictures of Bobby Jones at the top used to let go of the club like that. It was what they called the piccolo. He used to let it go there and then re-grab it. On the downswing, he used to go here, which gave him that big long backswing that he had, and then he just grabbed it here on the downswing. Now, I'm not saying to let the golf club go, but I've actually done that on occasions in a golf swing, just fooling around out on the course with some guys. We were trying to, had a few bucks on for a long drive. And I wanted maximum club head speed. And I was actually feeling like the club I was letting it go at the top here, and then just with very, very soft, and the club was getting back a little bit. But the main emphasis here, guys, is just to feel that, what would you have to do to put the club there in the backswing? Okay, you probably have to bend your arms a little bit. But even if you don't bend your arms, if you have a lot of softness in your wrists and your forearms here, to just let the momentum of the golf club go to here. And it really is amazing how much power you get. We were fooling around with it on that a couple of days ago when I was working with those guys, and I was hitting 6 irons and 5 irons, like 15 in the air longer than I normally do. It was just ridiculous, absolutely crazy, and it felt like the club was coming out of my hands, and I didn't get any mishits. I got none. So what is it? Okay, and guys, this is this other thing that I was working on with the guys as well, because they were, they're guys that are, 60 years old, reasonably fit guys, but they haven't got the flexibility that they used to have, and particularly in the backswing. So what I showed them was just getting this trail foot and just turning it out like that, which lets that right hip turn a bit and lets them get into that trail side. If they're here, that right hip is blocked. I even feel that there when I when I try and turn against that, I get tremendous pressure here and here, and I really can't get my right hip going backwards. So that's what we did. We actually got them feeling that they were sitting into that right. Well, just got that right. They were right-handed, so their right foot was just turned out like that. And I just got them to soften everything. I just feel like they were going to put the club on a ledge up here. Haven't hit any today, but we'll give it a go, see what it looks like. Now I'm right at the end of the club, guys. I mean, I'll show you where I am at the end of the club. Look there. Can you see that? Look, I'm right there. I mean, I'm actually over the butt of the golf club. I mean, that gives me enormous flexibility. Okay, it's a bit daunting because you think, wow, I've got no pressure, but Bobby Jones's grip was very, very soft looking. I don't know what his grip pressure was, nobody knows that. But it looked very soft and almost looked like the club was going to come out of his hands. Christy O'Connor was the same. You know, and Christy used to let it go at the top. They're very soft grips. And Christy could get it out there. Okay guys, so that's what we're going to do. Turn that foot out. I'm just going to try and put that club up here. Now guys, first shot of the day, and it's a bullet. Absolute bullet. I don't know what it looks like, no idea. But it feels very soft. Felt like the club, yeah. Did I feel like I was going to lose control of my left hand? You bet. But I didn't. I didn't. Because I didn't try and grab hold of it. Wow. That's really, really surprising. And maybe that's why Bobby Jones had that amazingly good golf swing and he could generate so much speed. They estimated his club head speed was about 114 miles an hour, 115, which is pretty solid. And that was basically, guys, just he let it fall out of the sky. The speed of gravity, which is what, 33 feet a second? That's all he did. He just let the club fall out of the sky. Now that's what you have to do with this swing. If you're going to be very, very soft in the hands and the grip, you can't change direction fast because you'll grab it. You don't want to do that, you just want to let it drop. And the advantage of having the very soft grip is the club will actually find its own down cock. I mean, the club's actually, I've actually got it, I'm over the top of the grip. I mean, I have done it before because I did it with the guys. And really, guys, they took them about 10 minutes. But they were just really nutting the ball, absolutely hitting it fantastic. Now those two shots there were perfect. Now we've got the right foot turned out, or the trail foot. Just going to put the club on the shoulder here. How do we do that? Soft hands and let the arms just do what they want. Well, guys, you couldn't get an easier golf swing than that. If I had to describe that, I'd say it was a flippy, floppy, flappy golf swing. Just feels like this. That's what it feels like, but that ball goes dead straight. And it's got some hoot on it. And we're heading out of the cornfield here today, guys. Our mower that we mow all this rough here with is it blew a hydraulic motor, and it's been like down for about 10 days. We haven't been able to mow this part here, so it is golf in the rough. Okay, let's see if we can do that again. Right, trial foot out, narrow up the stance a little bit, and we're just going to put the club on the shelf. Shelf being the right shoulder. Well, guys, I don't know what that looks like, but it feels fantastic. And that's got plenty on it. Absolutely plenty on it. And now it is daunting, no question. It's a daunting feeling. I don't know where I'm going here. Still in frame, JH? Yeah, he's still in frame. Just trying to get out of the The cactus grass here, guys, is just so long. Yeah, it is drawn in because it feels like you've got no purchase on the golf club. But what it does is it really does let the wrists cock or hinge. Okay, turn that trail foot out. It's going to put the club on the shelf. I don't know what it looks like, guys, but it feels fantastic. It feels wonderful. It feels like I don't... well, more to the point, it's a feeling I don't normally have, because I'm quick, I'm abrupt, I'm a lever, and I certainly don't have that softness. But that's all. The club's falling out of my hands. I mean, it really is falling out of my hands. Turn that foot out. Put the club on the shelf. Oh, I live to be 150. I won't hit it better than that. You hear that all the time here. But that's a great shot. That club feels like it's moving at about 5 miles an hour. Because there's no effort. And there's no concern about getting the club on the ball. They just cut the grass over here just a moment ago. Oh, excuse me, it's hay fever. They cut it right there because it's a different mower and there's grass blowing all over the place. I'll have to be like Gary Player, I'll have to put on a mask. Oh, so excuse me for the sneezing. Okay guys, they're wonderful golf shots. I mean, absolutely wonderful. Turn that foot out. It's going to put the club on the shelf. You know what I call this, guys? I got to call this swing the time machine. You know why? Because that's how I used to hit it 35 years ago. That's the ball flight I got, that's the distance I got, and that's the impact I got 35 years ago. So this swing is a time machine for JH. I mean, I hit it unbelievable the other day, and the guys were really stunned, and I was stunned. And I made reference to the old guy. Well, he wasn't that old. He was about he was about 10 years older than me at the time. But he just thundered the ball. Old set of Bobby Lock golf clubs. I'll never forget it. Those ones with the sheath shafts. He used to rip it. And we had all the Butte McGregors. He had these old clunky clubs, and he used to just hit it 40 past us. And it was this. We didn't even know about club head speed in those days. I have no idea what his club head speed, but it would have been high. But it didn't look like he was trying to generate. Guys, this club is falling out of my hands. My hands are very close together, and it's a funny thing. It's almost like I'm just using this 3 or 4 inches of the grip down here. My hand's here. It's weird as. The time machine, that's what we'll call it. Just going to turn that foot out, put the club on the shelf. I don't know if you can hear the sound, guys, but the impact is fantastic. Absolutely super. And the middle of the blade. Going to put it on the shelf, turn the foot out. JH has gone back in time. You know what's good, guys? I've got a really sore shoulder right now, and it's because my swing is normally quite violent. I mean I'm quick and I'm jerky and jabby, and it puts a lot. And I'm a very tense sort of guy, so it puts a lot of heat on my joints. But this, I just feel mellow. I feel like I've got grease nipples everywhere in my joints, and there's no pressure. It's just madness. All right, we'll see if we can really give this one a little bit of let the dog out of the kennel. Well, there, guys. There's a 5-iron. It's gone 3-iron distance. Well, at least 4.5 iron. Yeah, and with these mics, guys, you never hear the impact. They're particularly with these windsocks on them. But that's really motoring. I'll just check to see that video's on. Yeah, it's going. See my ugly face up close? You don't want to have that early in the morning before you've eaten something. But sometimes I get over here and I'll go through a spiel and a lesson for some guys overseas, spend 30 minutes on it, and then didn't push record. But at least I've already done the lesson, so I can go back and just do it automatically again. Right, guys, we'll see if we can. There's some drums down there at about 180 metres. I mean, I don't get down there with a 5-iron normally, especially with this crosswind. We'll see what it's like. Well, there you go, guys. That's about 175 carry with these range balls. And I'm not trying to. I'm not trying to hit it at all. I tell you what, it's amazing that you can have such a light grip and have basically not much of the hand on there, and you don't lose the grip. But I guess that's because I'm not trying to do anything. I'm just letting the club fall, and the arms are very passive and soft. Right foot out, club on the shelf. Oh, there, that's 180. A little bit of right to left wind on the beam here. But with the range balls, it's pretty good. But that looks like a little practice swing, doesn't it? It feels like a practice swing. It feels like I'm not doing anything. It feels like I'm absolutely doing nothing. Turn the foot out, put the club up here. Well, you guys, you would have to see a difference in my tempo. You would have to see a difference. I mean, that feels just a wonder. I didn't hit any drivers the other day, but I wonder what it's like with a driver. Let's have a look at it. And this is a friend revisited, this old tailor-made Superfast. I got it off Martin Ayres. I think he got it off Steve Elkington. I think this, I'm not sure, but it could even be the club that Steve almost won that PGA Championship with a couple of years ago when Martin was helping him with his swing. It hasn't got that shaft in it, but Marty gave it to me because Marty doesn't like the low lofts. And neither did Steve, really. Steve plays about 10.5 and so does Marty. This is an 8.5. But it's the old tailor-made burner Superfast TP. And I gave it to a buddy of mine about 3 years ago. And he came here the other day and he had it in the bag. And I said, oh, you're still hitting these? Oh, yeah, not much. And I took it out and I just killed it. I said, well. And I just gave him, I had a couple of new cobras, I gave him one of those. And I've got it back and it's just fantastic. I haven't tried to hit a driver with this new swing. Well, let's have a look at it. This will be good. My old friend revisited. Wow. As Rick Shields would say, wow. Guys, that just felt like the ball just went into the face of the golf club. It was a pure swing. I mean a pure swing. You know, it was just coming in by itself. It just collected the ball. And that's gone way up there. As long as any of the long drives that I hit, not that any of mine are long, but that's a really good drive. Turn that foot out, put the club up here on the shelf. That's a bullet, guys. A bullet. And what's interesting with this, it's a very low spin flight because I'm not beating down on the golf ball. Very low spin. Now that swing's got to look slow compared to what JH normally swings. Okay, we're just going to put the club on the shelf. It feels very Freddie Couple-ish. You know, Freddie just stands there and just picks it up. That's what it feels like, but my arms are like jello. I mean, it's really, that just went like an Exocet missile. Let me try and take it back further. So in order to take it back further, I will just have to soften up even more. Gee, that's easy power. That's real easy power. Okay, I just hit a couple of wedges. Just see what it's like with a wedge. Now we're just going to hit a little 100-metre wedge shot. And I normally get really jammy with my wedges. I mean, I'm a real releaser and I'm low hands and I jam it. But I'm not going to do it with this. Now, guy said 100, that's gone 125. That just exploded. And out of this this cornfield. Very hard to compress the ball off off soft grass. Gee, that's right on top of the other golf ball. Gee, that's gone a long way for a wedge. And as I say, guys, it feels like 30-mile-an-hour golf swing. Clearly it's got more than that in it. Well, there's 3 in a row, guys, and Scout's honour, they're not more than 3 metres apart, or a 3-metre circle. That one, wow, that one almost hit the other ball. Okay, so let's just recap. For you guys that are having a bit of trouble with freedom in the golf swing, grip the club right down here, even get that butt of the hand over the shaft, and pull that hand right up close, and pull this one even closer, like you've got basically one hand or 1.5 hands. Turn that trail foot out. Just try and put the club on the shelf here. Here we go. And just let it generate its own speed. Guys, I don't know what else I can tell you. I really don't. So just get an 8 iron or something and just try it. Just grip it like this, guys. Look where I've got it gripped here. Look, I mean, this really is crazy. Look. See, I've got that. Try and show you here. I mean, it's inside the hand, the grip. It's actually inside my hand. It's right there. And then I pull this right one right up on top of it like that. So, you know, they're really close together. You know, Furyk has the double overlap. I mean, I might even generate or progress to that. Okay, guys, that's basically what it is. We'll call it the time machine, because that striking is what I had 35 years ago. That's it. That's as good as I hit it 35 years ago. No difference. Same distance. Probably a little bit better flight. Could basically, you know, only like a half a yard draw. Okay, guys. We'll investigate this a little more because it's very interesting. And you can hit these little shots here. I mean, it takes all the anxiety out of that shot. It's basically, all we're doing is we turn it, we're just going to lift the club up, put it on the shelf here. When it's on the shelf, we're just going to drop it off the shelf, like that. That's all it is. We're just going to drop it off the shelf, get it on the shelf, drop it off the shelf. What do you have to do to get it on the shelf? You've got to have very, very soft hands, fingers, wrists, arms, everything. Okay, guys, I'll do some more. I mean, I just wanted to do it today to have a look at it myself. And it really doesn't hurt my shoulder. It doesn't hurt my shoulder at all. Okay, guys, have a look at that, and we'll do some more time machine tomorrow.